Hello, so we are down in Point Vernon in Hervey Bay along the beach. I've picked a pretty bad time, as I often do, to come down to the beach to film a session because it is high tide. So we're up on the grass and hopefully we're not going to get wet, but I've already seen a few splashes come up over that little mound there. So anyway, we will see how we go. So today we are going to do a beginner session. We're going to do some mat work. So all you will need is a space if you don't have a mat, some carpeted area or some grass, anywhere that you can get down on the ground, and a drink bottle just to, stay hydrated. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start at the end of our mat. We're going to go with 3 roll downs. With our roll downs, we bring our chin to chest, round through the spine, dropping the hands down towards the toes. Then we restack back up tall. We're going to lift the arms up and overhead. Then butterfly the arms down, chin to chest, round through the spine, dropping all the way down as far as you can go. Then restack, back up tall, arms up to the sky. Last one here, coming all the way down. And restack, back up tall. Arms up. This time we're going to interlace the fingertips and push the palms up to the sky. Pushing those palms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Butterfly the arms down, chin to chest. We're going to roll all the way back down. This time we're just going to hang out down here for a moment. So coming all the way down, we're going to bend the knees and extend. Bend and extend. Now the idea is we're going to keep our fingertips in the same spot. So whether they're on the ground or they're hanging up in the air, wherever they are, just try and keep them in the same spot. Going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out the legs. We're going to walk the fingertips around to the right. And that was my left, so my other right, and around to the other side. Once more each side. Back to center, restack the spine, coming all the way back up, interlacing the fingers up and overhead, push the palms up to the sky again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Butterfly the arms down. Let's get down onto the mat now. So bringing your chin to chest, round through the spine, dropping the hands down to the mat. If you need to bend the knees, of course, go for it. We're going to walk the hands out and find our pike. So walking the hands out, think about those heels dropping down towards the mat, pushing your chest towards your legs. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently drop the knees down, untuck the toes, pushing back into child's pose. Reaching your hands as far forward as you can. Drop your bum towards your heels. Now this is usually our child's pose for Pilates, where we really try and get a nice stretch while we're here. So let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up onto your hands and knees now. Hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, hip distance apart. Dropping that tummy down, looking up to the sky. You're into your happy cat. Angry cat, round your spine, look through to your knees. Happy cat, drop the tummy down, looking up. Angry cat, round that spine, look through to your knees. Dropping the tummy down, looking up. Round the spine, look through to your knees. Let's really push our hands into our mat, into the ground, to lift your upper back right up towards the sky before dropping back down and looking up. We've got 3 and 2. Last one. Then pushing back into your child's pose, reaching those hands as far forward as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tucking the toes under now. We're going to lift the bum up to the sky, back into your pike. Then gently drop the knees down, push your bum back to your back towards your heels. So you're kind of like in a child's pose, but we're keeping our toes tucked. And we're just going to move through this. We're going to lift up, knees down, bum back. Lift up, knees down, bum back for 3 and 2 and last ones. And one more for good luck. And pushing back, untuck the toes, finding your child's pose. If you'd like to give those wrists a little bit of a roll out, roll them out a couple of times in each direction, or a little shake. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees now. So onto the hands and knees, same as before, hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, about hip distance apart. We're going to go for our bird dog. Now I'm going to be layering through bird dog today, so if you find a layer that works for you, awesome, stick with it. If you want to challenge yourself a bit more and come into the next layer, just follow me. Okay, we're going to start with our right hand. We lift our right hand up, then we drop it down, then we lift our left hand up. Now, we're going to try and keep, we go right leg, I should have said this first, and then left leg. Now, we're going to try and keep our spine, our torso, as still as possible here. So I want you to think about a boiling hot cup of tea, boiling hot cup of coffee sitting on your back that you don't want to spill. So we're trying to keep our torso as still as we can. Now, if you're at home and you have a little cushion, you want to pop a cushion on your back to practice this, that would be an awesome idea. Okay, so this is layer number 1. I'm going to take you into layer number 2 now. So layer 2, you can probably just see where this is going. We're going to take our right hand and left leg out at the same time. Drop it down. Left hand, right leg. Drop it down. So we just keep alternating here. Opposite hand to opposite leg. Boiling hot cup of tea is still on our back. Make sure you breathe here. I mean, if we weren't breathing, we would just keel over. So, all right. Okay, next layer here. We're going to bring the right hand, left leg out. Now, from your fingertips to your toes is one long straight line. We're going to turn towards the right. Foot goes out towards the left. And then we come back to center. We drop down. We swap sides. So left hand, right leg comes out. And we're now going to turn to the left. So you can see from my fingertips to my toes is hopefully staying in one long straight line. Twist, center, down. Up, twist, center, down. Now we're going to go for another 30 seconds or so here. So whichever layer is working for you. If you need to have a break at any stage throughout the class, just take a child's pose. Give the wrists a little bit of a roll out. All right, let's go for 2 more each side. That should get us to about our 30 seconds. Still balancing that boiling hot cup of tea or cushion on your back. All right, pushing back into child's pose. Stretch it out. Roll out those wrists. Have a little breather here. You can reach those hands as far forward as you can. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. If you'd like to have a drink, please do. We're just going to hold this one for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up onto your hands and knees now. We're going to go through a little bit more glute work. So our glutes were working with what we were just doing, but we're going to do a little bit more now. So if your wrists are bothering you, you can just drop down onto your forearms. All of the exercises can be done here, just exactly the same. We're going to take our right leg out long, pointing those toes all the way back behind. We're going to do some little pulses here, up and down. Just tiny little pulses. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's swap sides. Left leg out long, tiny little pulses. Keep going here. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping back down. Remember, you can always do this on your forearms if you need to. We're going to go into our donkey kick next. So donkey kick, we're going to point those toes. We're going to just lift up the right foot a little bit, okay? So my knee's still down on the mat, but I'm just lifting my right foot up. Now, this bend that I've got in this knee, I want to keep this bend exactly the same the whole time. So I'm going to lift the leg up now, and I'm going to throw an extra kick in there, and then drag the knee along the mat. We lift up and kick. Drag the knee. Lift up and kick. Drag the knee. Up and kick. drag the knee. You've got 6 to go here, so we're going to do 10 on each side. Lift and kick. So I kind of lift up, hold for a second, and then get that extra kick in. 4 to go. 3, gazes are staying straight down to the mat here, so you're trying to keep your neck in line with your spine for 2. And last ones. Beautiful. If you need to take a child's pose, take a quick child's pose, stretch it out, and then when you're ready, we'll get started on the left leg. So same thing here. We're going to just lift the toes up a little bit while we've got our knee on the ground. We're going to keep that same bend. We lift the leg and kick. Drag the knee along the mat, lift and kick. Drag the knee, lift and kick. Drag the knee, lift and kick. Drag the knee. All right, I'm concentrating. I'm trying to keep count here. We're going to go for another 6. And 5. 4, doing really well. 3. 2. And last ones. And coming back down, push back into child's pose, stretch it out. Reach those hands as far forward as you can. Holding for 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. All right, little drink break for me. I'm a bit thirsty. Whew. It's quite warm out here today. All right, I think it's time we move into a bit of a different position. So we are going to come over onto our bum. Now, one way I like to do this, of course, any way that works for you, awesome. We're going to cross the legs over, walk the hands back, and then just flip over onto your bum. Shuffle forward a little bit, so you're about halfway down your mat. We're going to move into some roll-ups now. So with our roll-ups, I'm going to give you 2 different layers for this one. So your first layer, as we're sitting up nice and tall, legs are nice and long here. Now, if you find that you're really rounding your spine, it's just not a comfortable position for you to have your legs straight, just take a little bend in the knees. Your other option here is to pop a pillow under your bum. I really like popping a pillow under my bum, especially in the morning if my legs are like super tight. Just gives you that height through the spine. So give that a go, whatever works for you. We're going to bring our arms out in front. From here, we're going to round the spine, lean back as far as you can without lifting the legs. And then come back, come forward. 1, 2, 3 pulses. We round, lean back as far as you can without lifting the legs. Then we come forward. 1, 2, and 3 pulses. Round, lean back, forward. 1, 2, and 3. Round, lean back, forward. 1, 2, 3. Round, lean back, forward. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now your next layer to this is we're going to go for a full roll up. So if the full roll up doesn't feel like you today, just continue with what we were doing. For your full roll up, we lay all the way down onto the ground. Take your arms long behind you. Your toes are pointed up to the sky. Lift the arms up to the sky. Chin to chest, round through the spine. Forward. 1, 2, and 3. Round, lean back. Arms go long. Arms up, chin to chest. 1, 2, and 3. All the way back down. Arms go long. Arms up, chin to chest. 1, 2, and 3. All the way back down. Arms go along. Let's go for 4 more here. Now, if you feel like that first layer is just a little bit too easy for you, but you feel like this second layer is just a little bit too hard, there is something you can do in between, which is putting a pillow right up against your bum. So not sitting on it, just up against your bum. And then you lay down over the pillow, take the arms long, you get a nice little back extension. Then you lift the arms up, chin to chest, come forward. 1, 2, 3. And that is a really nice alternative to get you to this full roll up. I even like doing it from time to time just to give myself a little bit of a stretch out through my back. All right, I've lost count, so let's do 2 more. Standard, you'll learn to love it or hate it. All right, last one. Arms up, chin to chest. 1, 2, and 3. Laying all the way down. Now, if you are using a pillow, just remove that pillow, pop that off to the side. We're going to walk the feet in, knees facing up towards the sky. Okay, from here, we are going to go through our hip bridges. So, hands down by your side. Walk those heels a little bit closer towards your bum. Knees are pointing straight up, just about hip distance apart. We're going to lift the hips up and drop them back down. Lift up and down. Up and down, up and down. We've got another 5. Really try and squeeze those glutes. Get them up as high as you can for 4, 3, 2. Last one. And coming all the way back down. Give those knees a nice little rock side to side. Okay. Just checking how that tide's going. We are going to get our hips up nice and high now, and we're going to do a little bit of a hold. So when you're ready, get those hips up high, squeezing through the glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We hold here. Now, a couple of options. We can either just continue this hold and hold for about 10 seconds, or we can add in some pulses where we drop down halfway, pulse up, halfway, pulse up. So they're just little pulses here, and you'll feel those glutes start to scream at you. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back down. Rock those knees. Just chill out for a sec. Okay, we are going to move into a bent knee stretch. Now, don't let the name fool you, because we are working here. It's not really much of a stretch. We're going to bring our right knee into our chest. Give it a good hug in with both hands. Got the sun in my eyes, so I'm going to do this with my eyes closed. We're going to bring our chin to chest. Take your left leg long. Point your toes, and we swap. And we swap, and we swap. And swap, and swap. Now, if this doesn't feel like you today, a nice alternative is to just leave your foot planted into the mat, squeeze your knee in, and then swap, like so, okay? Now, your head can either be chin to chest, which I do try and encourage, just to really strengthen through the neck, or if you're really feeling it here, you can always drop your head down onto the mat and just continue like so. All right, we're going for another 6. And 5. Try not to hold your breath. 3. I skipped 1. Go for another 3. And 2. And last ones. And bring both knees in. Squeeze them in. Chill out for a sec. Rock those knees side to side. All right. We're in for another little ab exercise. This is going to be our double bent knee stretch. And again, don't let it fool you. So once you've had a quick little rest, make sure you have a drink if you need to. We're going to bring both knees into our chest, okay? Hugging both of them in now. Same rules with your head. You can either leave your head down or bring your chin to chest here. Hug both knees in, squeezing them in. We're going to take our arms and legs long at the same time. And then tuck back in. Now, if this is really not feeling you today, just revert back to our single bent knee stretch that we were doing just before. Squeezing in and out. Now, we're always pushing the back of our waistband down into the mat here. So if I was to push my hand through the camera and find you, I wouldn't be able to get my hand under your lower back, okay? So have a feel, see if you can get your hand under your lower back. If you can't, awesome. If you can, if you find that you're arching, let's take those legs up a little bit higher, okay? And just see how that feels. All right, we've got another 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and last ones, and dropping down. Squeeze those knees in or give them a nice little rock side to side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's roll over onto our side. It does not matter which side you start with. Just roll on over to face the computer or your laptop or your phone or whatever you are on. We're going to take a nice deep bend in both knees here. Now, our top leg is going to lift up. We are going to bring our knee into our chest and then take the leg long in line with your mat. So we tuck it in and long, in and long. Now, what to do with this other hand? Well, if the sun's in your eyes, you can keep your hand in front of your face. But if it's not, we can either have our hand in front just to help keep us balanced and stable, or bring our hand up behind our head. Now, hopefully your glutes have started to switch on here. If they haven't, little trick I like to use is to get the knuckle of my thumb and just start to whack my glute a little bit. Just get my knuckle into my glute. Tell it it's time to start working. All right, let's go for another 5 and 4, 3, 2, and last ones. And rest that leg down. Hopefully your glutes are going, yeah, yep. We're alive, we're working, we're here to play. Okay, from here, we're not quite done with those glutes. We are going to take our top leg long. Now, your bottom leg, keeping it bent gives you a really nice, balance and stability. But if you're, really, ready to challenge yourself a little bit, take that bottom leg out long. Point it to the front corner, so you've just got a little bit of an angle with your body and your legs, or have just a slight bend. Okay, now from here, top leg, we are going to kick this leg up and drop it down. Up and down. Now again, top hand can be in front or up behind your head or in front of your eyes to keep the sun out of your face. And let's go for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that down. Smack out that glute if you need to. Whew, okay. Let's give it a little stretch out, and then we're going to do the other side. So, awesome little stretch we can do here is just roll straight over onto your back, and we're going to do what's called a figure 4 stretch. So, that top leg that you worked, where your glute is feeling it, we are going to take that leg over the opposite knee. So, for me, I was just working my left glute. I'm taking my left leg over my right knee. Now, you may go, yeah, I can feel this stretch already. I do not need to do anything else. Or you're going, no, I'm not really feeling much. I need to get more into this stretch. We can either push that knee away, so push the left knee away, or bring your hands in and around the right knee and pull that knee back towards your face. Again, chin to chest, or if you want to rest your head down, go for it. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the other side now. So I'm going to turn myself around, but you can just roll straight over. We're going to get set up here. I might just have a wee little drink. Beautiful. Okay, getting set up again. So nice deep bend in those knees. Hand in front of your eyes if the sun's in your eyes. But we are going to lift that top leg up, bend the knee in towards your chest, and then take the leg long. Bend the knee in towards your chest and long. In and out. In and out. I really should have brought my sunglasses this morning. Should have known better. Keep going here. We've got another 6. And again, if that glute hasn't switched on yet, get your knuckle into your glute. But hopefully it has, because we did a little bit of glute work at the start of the class. And 3. And 2. And 1 more. And dropping that leg down. Back out if you need to. All right, from here, taking bottom leg, go for it. Our top leg is going to kick up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, hand in front or up behind your head. We've got 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, coming all the way back down. Ooh, glutes are working. Let's roll onto our back and stretch them out. So rolling over onto your back, take that opposite leg over your knee. You can either push the knee away or pull your opposite knee back towards your face. And we're going to hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come up to a seated position. We are going to get into our cool down now. So we want to work our way back onto our hands and knees. However you like to get there is perfectly fine, but I'll show you the way I like to get there. Is I like to cross my feet over, flip over onto my knees, bring the hands to the mat, pushing back into child's pose, reaching my hands as far forward as I can. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm still feeling my glutes here, so I'm going to get into another glute stretch. So let's get into our pigeon pose. So for pigeon, we're tucking the toes under. We're going to lift the bum up to the sky. Our right knee is going to come down in between our hands. So dropping that right knee down in between your hands. Untuck the back toes. Just shuffle around until you feel that stretch in your right glute. So we can make some little adjustments here if we're not feeling much. We can think about the back toes sliding back a little bit further, or we can create more of an angle with this front leg as well. Now from here, you have a few different positions to choose from. You can stay on your hands, you can drop down onto your forearms, you could place your forehead down to the mat. For some people, placing their body down gives them a good stretch as well. So just move around a little bit until you find that stretch, because we all have kind of different makeups in our hips as well. So it's important to remember, for what works for one person might not necessarily work for the next. So let's hold here. I'm going to have a look at my watch. We'll hold for about 20 seconds and then we'll do the other side. So with each breath out, just sinking that little bit deeper into your hip. And we'll hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time to swap sides. Hands into the mat. Tuck the back toes. We lift up and swap sides. Drop the left knee down, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes into your preferred position, and make those little adjustments here if you need to. So back toes can go back a little bit further. You can make more of an angle with the front foot, and then drop into your preferred pose, and we're just gonna hold here. Just sinking down into your hip. We're just going to hold for another 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands into the mat. Tuck the back toes. We're lifting up into our pike. Gently drop the knees down. Untuck the toes, pushing into child's pose. We lift up into angry cat, rounding through that spine. Then drop down into your cobra. Look up to the sky. Round through angry cat into child's pose. Angry cat to cobra. Angry cat to child's pose. Now I'm going to be leaving you here today. If you'd like to continue these are a really nice one just to finish off. You can make this your own. You could sink into any part of this position for a little bit longer. And if you would like to join me for some live Pilates sessions, please visit me at Big Wellbeing Co. We meet on Zoom, small group sessions, which really helps to give you a more individualized class. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will speak to you soon.